Good morning everyone, it's Chandrakala here and today we will start our topic energy conversion, about which we discussed in our last class. In last class we have learned about different forms of energy and today we will learn how one form of energy is converted into another form of energy. So our first energy conversion is mechanical energy into electrical energy. We know that mechanical energy will be in the form of potential energy or kinetic energy. Rotational kinetic energy can be converted into electrical energy with the help of electric generator, and electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy with the help of electric motor, which we are using every day. Just like electric generator, in electric motor also we have same three things: electric field, magnetic field and torque. Here electric field and magnetic fields are provided and torque is produced. We will see the working of generator and motor in detail in electromagnetism. So this is our first conversion, and our second conversion is electrical energy into heat energy. That means electrical energy into heat energy. All the heating devices convert electrical energy into heat energy. That can be an electric heater or that can be an electric iron. Similarly, heat energy is converted into electrical energy through thermocouple. This word we will discuss later. Right now we have to remember only this word, that is thermocouple. And the next one is electrical energy into sound energy. Electrical energy converted into sound energy. Okay. See, when we perform on stage for a song or speech, then we are having a mic in our hand. That mic is having a microphone. So the sound which is produced by our vocal cords is catched by the microphone and it convert that sound into electrical signals, because we have to transfer that sound till loudspeakers, or simply which we call speakers. So for the fastest transformation of that energy, that is sound energy, microphone converts the sound produced by our vocal cords into electrical energy, and when it reaches to the loudspeaker in the form of electrical signals, then this loudspeaker, which are simply called speakers, they convert these electrical signals back into sound energy along with some amplification. That means one amplifier is provided there to increase the loudness of the sound. So we hear a loud sound with the help of loudspeaker. So this is one important conversion. And the next one is electrical energy into chemical energy. Electrical energy into chemical energy. This we have already discussed in one of the previous video. That means when the battery get discharged, then we put it on charging. So from there it takes electrical energy and it stores it in the form of chemical energy. And when we use that same battery, then that same stored chemical energy is converted back into electrical energy. That means electrical energy is converted into chemical energy while charging of cell, whereas chemical energy is converted into electrical energy during discharging. So this is one more conversion. And the next one is chemical energy into light. We know what is light energy, under which the things become visible. That is known as light energy. Okay, so any lighted candle, we know that it is having wax, and wax is chemical and it burns and give us light and heat, some amount of heat energy and light energy. Similarly, the light or the sunlight is converted into chemical energy through the process of photosynthesis. That means the fruits and vegetables and our food, it is having chemical energy, from where we are getting energy. And the next one is electrical energy into light energy. Okay, every day we are making use of it. That means, suppose glowing bulb takes electrical energy and give us light energy and some amount of heat energy. Similarly, light energy is converted into electrical energy in photocells, and you can also write down solar cells. Both converts sunlight into electrical energy. Okay, now we have to discuss some terms. One is thermocouple, one is this photocell and solar cell. So first of all, we will discuss thermocouple. We have seen that this thermocouple changes heat energy into electrical energy. Now, if we will see here, thermo means heat and couple means pair, or you can say two. So here thermo means heat and couple means pair. So what we have to do? We have to make a pair on the basis of heat energy it is having. That means we will make two junctions. What we will do? We will make two junctions with the help of two different metals. Junctions in physics, junction means connection. That means if you will at one place, if you will join 2 or 3 or 4 wires together, that is known as junction. And we have taken here two different metals because the different metals will have different absorption coefficient, and that means we can create a heat difference between both the junctions. That's why we have taken two different metals. Okay, so suppose we have made two junctions with different metals, and here one junction is kept at high amount of heat and one junction is kept at low amount of heat, or you can say one, if these are two bodies, then this is the hotter body and this is the colder body. So we know that if two bodies with different amount of heat are kept in contact or bring in contact, then the amount of heat will flow from higher concentration to lower concentration. That means the heat will flow from hotter body to colder body. And we know that there are many methods for transfer of heat, but here since we have taken metals, that means the solids, so here the heat flow will take place through the flow of electrons or the moment of electrons. And we know that this moment of electron will give rise to electric current, production of electric current. We know electric current or electricity is produced due to the motion or the moment of electrons or ions. So here also in thermocouple, two bodies are kept at different temperatures. Because of that, the heat flow will take place through the motion of electrons, and that motion of electron will give rise to electric current. That means a thermocouple changes heat energy into electrical energy. This is our first point. Our next topic is photocell and solar cell. See, basically both these convert light energy, that is sunlight, into electrical energy. That means we have studied about photoelectric effect. If the sunlights will fall on the material or any arrangement which is made up of conductors or semiconductors, then the sunlight will come in the form of photons. That those photons will be absorbed by the atoms, and those atoms, that means the electrons of atoms will acquire some amount of energy, and the motion of the electrons will start because its kinetic energy will increase. So that give rise to electric current. Again same thing, moment of electrons will give rise to production of electric current. So basically these both are used to convert sunlight into electrical energy, but still they are having a small difference. That is, see, photocell is mainly used as a switch. We know the use of switch, right? So it is mainly used as a switch, and mainly it is used in street lights or safety sensors, whereas our solar cell is actually used as a cell or battery, electrical cell or battery, which will give electricity for small devices, because we know that solar cell has very less efficiency. That means it can produce only a very small amount of electricity, so it can be used only for low voltage devices. Otherwise, then we will have to establish solar panel. We cannot use only solar cell. Solar cell will change only a very small amount of electricity into small amount of energy into electricity. So these are the basic things, but here our concept is we want only conversion. So both these cells convert sunlight into electrical energy. This is the common thing in both these photocells and solar cells. Now we have two more things in the form of the node. And the first one we discussed many times, that is, if we want to use potential energy, we will have to convert it into kinetic energy, because potential energy cannot be used in any other form than kinetic energy. So if we are having potential energy, first we have to convert potential energy into kinetic energy, and later kinetic energy can be converted into any other form of energy. This is first point. Second point is actually very important, and it can be asked in the exam. That is degraded energy or dissipation of energy. See, there is a law of conservation of energy about which we have studied. Law of conservation of energy. This is actually the law of thermodynamics, which states that total energy of universe remains constant. That means energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be only transferred from one form of energy to another form. That means the concept is total energy remains constant. But still, one more law of thermodynamics states that 100% energy transformation is not possible. That means if you are changing one form of energy into another form of energy, some amount of energy is lost in the form of heat energy or radiation. So here, that wastage energy which is not useful for us at that particular time is known as degraded energy or dissipation of energy. For example, if we are glowing a bulb with the help of electrical energy, we know that bulb will convert electrical energy into light energy. Electrical energy into light energy. But we have noticed that after some time, after glowing of the bulb, after some time it becomes hot. The reason is because along with light energy, due to resistance, some amount of heat energy is also produced here. Now you see, here we want only light energy. Heat is also a form of energy and it can be used for any particular purpose. But right now, here this heat energy is actually wastage for us. That means this amount of energy, this amount of electrical energy is wastage, unuseful for us. So this is known as dissipation of energy. Similarly, you see working of an electric bulb, electric fan. When a fan starts working, what it should do, it should change electrical energy into rotational kinetic energy, that is mechanical energy. But same thing take place here. After some time, the blades of the fan and the area of electric motor becomes hot. The reason is along with the mechanical energy, it also produces some amount of heat energy, and here we do not want heat energy, we want only mechanical energy. So again, this is not useful for us. This is actually wastage of energy, and this is known as degraded energy. That means when we convert one form of energy into another form of energy, 100% transformation of energy is not possible. Some amount of energy is lost there in the form of radiations or heat due to friction or resistance, and that energy is known as dissipation of energy. Yes. Now your doubts. Your first doubt was about lab manual. So see, in first experiment of our lab manual, two methods are given to calculate the mass of meter scale. So we have to do only one method, and that is the first one. That means with the help of spring balance. We have to do only one method, and that is the first method. We have to find out the mass with the help of the spring balance. And your second doubt is exercise 2A, question number 16, second part. See, first part of this 16 question we had already solved, and there were two questions. We compared the work done and we calculated the amount of work done. If only comparison is asked, then there is no need of calculation. But there we needed work done, amount of work done, and comparison of work done. So we calculated the amount of work done. And now here we have to find out the ratio of powers. So let the time taken by boy is T1, and that is equal to 3 minutes, and the time taken by his father is 2 minutes. Rest of the things were same. We know that the amount of force was also same. We calculated here, that was approximately 196 Newton, and displacement is also same, that is 20 meter. S2 is equal to 20 meter. Okay, so when we calculated work done, then that means here we are discussing only the comparison, that means the ratio. So the ratio of work done, that is W1 upon W2. We know that amount of work done is equal to F1 S1 and F2 S2. We know that F1 is equal to F2 and S1 is equal to S2. Therefore, it can be F into S upon F into S. That is 1:1. So the ratio of work done was W1 ratio W2 was equal to 1:1. This we calculated already in the last class, and here we calculated the amount of work done also, but now we do not need this work done, that means the calculation. We need only the ratio of power P1 and power P2. We know that power depends on time. So suppose the power spent by the boy is P1 and the power spent by his father is P2. So we know that P1 is equal to W1 upon T1, and the power spent by his father is P2, which is equal to W2 upon T2. Here you are saying that W1 is to W2 is equal to 1:2. That means you can say that amount of work done in first case is equal to amount of work done in second case. That means the amount of work done by both boy and father is same. Okay, so we have to calculate the ratio of the power. Ratio means divided. So P1 divided by P2 is equal to W1 upon T1 divided by W2 upon T2. Okay, you are saying that W1 is equal to W2. The amount of work done by both is same because the displacement and force both are same and angle is 0 degree. Okay, so from here you can write down P1 upon P2 is equal to W1 upon T1 into T2 upon W1. Instead of W2 also I kept here W1 because we know that both the work done are equal. So this will cancel out each other, and P1 upon P2 will be equal to T2 upon T1, and T2 is here 2 meter and T1 2 minutes, and here T1 is 3 minutes, so it is equal to 2 upon 3. Therefore the ratio of P1 is to P2 is equal to 2:3. We have to find out only the ratio. So this is the ratio. Now what we have to take care, see, basically when we put the value of time, see, we are using everything in SI system, and here also we must put these values of time in seconds, and here it is given in minute. But the thing is, here we want only ratio. If you will convert it into seconds, then also you will have to later convert it into simple ratio, and you are going to get same things. You see, if you want to convert, you know that minute, it is given in minute, and you know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. That means you will say that 2 minutes, one time is given 2 minutes. So 2 minutes is equal to 2 into 60 seconds. Similarly, 3 minutes is equal to 3 into 60 seconds. If you will put this value here, then you see P1 upon P2 is equal to T2 upon T1 is equal to 2 minutes. You convert it into second, and 3 minutes you convert it into second. Again you are going to get same ratio. That's why I have not converted it into seconds. Otherwise, when we will put these values for calculation, we must convert it into seconds, because power is work done per second. Time should be in second. If you are taking work done in joule, then time should be in seconds. But here I have not taken because we wanted only ratio. And even if you will convert, then also you are going to get same ratio. Thank you.